timer. Okay, and now I would like to welcome on stage the general evaluator of this entire meeting. So please welcome on stage Sergey Balmashov. Evaluation.
Hello dear friends, dear newcomers. I'm here. I'm not a member of the club, frankly speaking, so I've got the full authority to evaluate the club and to give it a constructive evaluation. So let's see how it will go. And what we're here for, basically, not to give speeches, not only to give speeches and celebrate birthdays and congratulate our dear president, but also to develop, to get feedback and to learn and grow above ourselves. So, and I've got the team of personal evaluators as well as the team of experts who will give us their feedback on fill words and timing. Unfortunately, we don't have a grammarian today. That's a shame, I think, but nevertheless, we'll tell a little bit more about it later. So let's start about evaluating the speeches which we had today. We've got 3 speeches today, and the first evaluator who I'd like to invite here on stage is the person who evaluates Polina Vlasov's speech. It is Yermak Tagulov. Welcome.
Thank you, Sergey. Dear Toastmasters, dear guests, dear Mr. President, are you with me? Dear Polina, well, it was your first speech in the club, in the Toastmasters club, and congratulations with your first speech. It was good, and you reached the goal of the first speech. You introduced yourself. You talked about your work, animation, cartoon making, right? At first I thought about animation, I mean entertaining
I know,
people.
it's always happened.
Yeah, maybe you could add that cartoon making, this kind of thing. But in overall it was very interesting. You were very good at making jokes, and you described your work with irony, like 2 enemies, alcohol and deadlines. It was very funny. What I can tell you in overall, I will not go into specifics. You will get a sense on how to present speeches if you keep on coming, and you will do it for sure. And you will get used to read notes less and less. That's okay, because I'm still reading notes. I'll give you some suggestions on how to improve your speech. You are a visual designer, right? Then why not to show us your product? I mean, product of your work. It would, because this is very, very interesting to show to everybody what are you doing. Maybe in the next meeting you will use the visuals. You could use some personal stories, maybe funny moments in your work or in your life. It always works in speeches. And the preparation, you could send your speech to your personal evaluator before the speech, and he could give you some suggestions on how to improve the structure and words and overall. So good luck with your next speeches, and welcome to the Toastmasters community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yermak, for a very good evaluation. I think it's a nice example of an evaluation of an icebreaker speech, because it was light, mild. It wasn't overloaded with lots of details, and Yermak has shown that the essence of each good speech, personal stories, which is very important to learn at the very beginning. And I think the whole Toastmasters community hasn't agreed on whether a speaker should send all their notes before giving a speech to a person or later or not. So it's an open question. But anyway, a good evaluation, very nice. Thank you. So the next speaker, the next evaluator I'd like to introduce here on stage will evaluate Kristina Shurikina's speech, And welcome on stage, Yulia Tokarova.
For me as an evaluator, it's always a pleasure to have an advanced speaker. Because in this case, while you're listening to someone presenting, you're always very cautious, you're always observing the person, and you're always trying to catch the moment where the person that needs to work on. And it's more challenging when the speaker is significantly advanced, and therefore it's always a challenge for me as an evaluator. Dear Christina, first of all, thank you so much for your presentation. It was lovely to listen, and I was honored to be your evaluator. What I really liked about your presentation is definitely the way you felt on the stage. I think for your level, stage is not something scary anymore. Stage is something that you enjoy the most. You had the eye contact with the audience, you were using the space, you were communicating, you were asking questions, you were getting response from the audience. So therefore, like the basic techniques of Toastmasters, you mastered it. The object of your speech was to research and present in a simple, interesting, engaging way with the audience. And my advice here is the fact that you used a little bit complicated topic. It's also that the topic was complicated, is that the way you presented, perhaps the resources that you used, they were too complicated for the audiences. As an example, there were like on the first couple of slides, there were human motivation sphere, general searching activity. After these two words, I got completely lost. Therefore, my advice on how to improve and how to deliver something more complicated research topics and how to make it more simple is, first of all, in your case, is to change your attitude towards this project. When you go out on the stage, the purpose is not to deliver the theory to the audience. That's not the purpose of why you're on the stage. The purpose why you're on the stage is to help audience to answer their questions and to make your speech relevant to the audience and to yourself. In your case, I didn't feel like this, that your speech, your presentation was relevant neither to you nor to the audience. How would I advise you to work on the structure and how to make it more relevant, more engaging? First of all, I would advise you to include your personal story. Like the beginning should be with your personal story where you describe the struggles that you had with your motivation. Something happened at work, in your personal life, and then you really depicted that, hey, problem existed and I was struggling so much that I had to research it. Later, in the second part, you present the research results. So what you were doing, what you were investigating, interesting facts that discovered that helped you. At the conclusion, of course, hey, I didn't do this research just to do the research. I did this research to answer my questions. And my questions got answered, and I don't know, my life became better. Now I'm more how to say, now I'm shaking hands with the motivation. I know how to work with it. And I believe after this, after changing your attitude, working a little bit with the structure, bringing yourself into presentation and not make it just dry and pure facts, I think it will help you out in your future research. Other than that, thank you.
Thank you very much, Yulia. A great example of so-called sandwich structure of evaluation. So first, an evaluator gives talks about some good moments, something which was done the best. Then some constructive feedback, some points for improvement, and then again as a conclusion about something which was good overall. And what I liked about Yulia's evaluation as well was that she picked up very the core of Christina's speech, and she gave her very good advice. And as you can see, a great audience that not only first speakers are advised on using their personal stories, but also very experienced speakers. So it's a very, it's very important thing to bring your personal story, to show yourself before the audience, to open up. Thank you for time. Good job. Yeah. So we've.
Could you please remind me?
Yeah, sure. I was going to that. Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not going to introduce the third evaluator because it was Sergey who's already evaluated the third speaker Sergey Kuzin. But it is important to choose the best personal evaluator. So don't forget to take a look at the program. It's a program, and use the QR code to go into your evaluation sheet, or you can use this link. Please do that, and we can choose the best evaluator at the end of the stage. So, and let's turn to our experts. And first, who I'd like to welcome here on stage is Yulia Klakova, our accountant. Welcome.
Thank you. So guys, I was impressed how clean your speeches were. And the record holder of R is Polina Vlasova. you use it 32 times. It was a lot, but we can improve it.
What type of sounds?
You always used like a filler word.
I can
You see?
You can
Yeah. Christina Sharikina, you used a lot of so. And it was 10 times. Sometimes you use it in the right way, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And what else? Sergey Kuzin says to us and to so. But it was